Apple launches Delegated Delivery from the Gold Coast hinterland, the latest from Podnews.net with Magellan AI, helping you build your podcast ad plan. Later today, Apple Podcasts will announce the launch of Delegated Delivery in beta, allowing creators to publish Apple Podcast subscriptions content directly from their participating hosting provider's dashboard. Blubrry, Libsyn, Triton Digital's Omny Studio and RSS.com are the first to offer the service. Acast, Art19, Buzzsprout and other providers will follow. Creators can still upload subscriber audio directly to Apple Podcasts Connect. And that's what we do, because we're available ad-free too. As an Apple Podcast subscription, you'll find that at apple.co/podnews. Value for Value-enabled podcast app Fountain has had a major update, adding an activity feed for enhanced discovery and an integration allowing you to reward podcasters directly using your credit card. I'm an advisor. The UK's Pod Bible magazine has revealed the winners of its 4th annual Pod Bible polls. Apple Podcasts has posted a list of shows recommended by the company's country editors, including shows from New Zealand, Brazil, the UK and Korea. And Tape Search is a transcript search within 267,000 transcriptions from 2,200 podcasts when we looked. In People News, after finishing up with News Corp last year, audio and podcast producer Tiffany Dimmock is now working freelance. We link to her website from our show notes and our newsletter at podnews.net. And in podcast news, need a bit of inspiration to keep going with those New Year's resolutions? In Impact Theory with Tom Bilyeu today, life coach and motivational speaker Tony Robbins is the guest. The Statue is new from WHYY today. It's a podcast looking at a monument to the most famous Philadelphian who never lived, Rocky Balboa, of the Oscar award-winning film Rocky from 1976. Please Tell Me a Story is a brand new comedy podcast from Something Else and Sony Music Entertainment. Led by Omid Jalili, it features 6 comedians telling the same story to each other. But can they pass the story on without twisting the tale? The 5th season of the Dudes and Dads podcast starts today. The show helps men be better dudes and dads by building community through meaningful conversation and storytelling. Love Island The Morning After starts today for a new season with new hosts and an announcement of the new contestants. And we bet you can't tell what this podcast is all about. It's called How to Build a Sustainable Music Career and Collect All Revenue Streams. Any idea? Anyway, it's back for a 2nd season. It's recorded as a set of live workshops in front of a studio audience, an interesting business model, and a great obvious name for a show. You'll find that and everything else linked from our show notes and our newsletter today. This podcast is sponsored by Magellan AI. Every month, Magellan AI work out the top spenders in podcasting, as well as those making big moves in their podcast ad budgets. Who will be the top advertisers for last month? You can be the first to find out in their free webinar. You can register for that now at magellan.ai. And that's the latest from our newsletter. To read all the stories and subscribe, we're at podnews.net.